Yo, hey, what's up, guys? It's February 15th, 2015, and I apologize, but you know what? I really don't have an excuse why I haven't done a video. It's pretty much the same old reason, time after time. I've been busy with work, I've been busy with personal things, just really haven't had enough time to devote to making videos. So, like I said, times are starting to slow down. I have more time to devote towards making videos, and I know I'm really behind. The last video that you guys did see, which was last month, we had a convention called FanFest. This weekend was another convention, which was called Amazing Arizona Comicon. Now, I know we have a lot of conventions here, so it's starting to become, I guess, somewhat popular, a popular culture here in Arizona, more specifically in Phoenix. This is the funny story. So yesterday I went also, okay? And I didn't take my camera. I don't like carrying bulky things, so I used my phone here, my iPhone. My iPhone kept giving an error, so I'm like, crap. All right, well, let me just go ahead and plug it into my laptop and do a restore, where you can restore your iTunes, your iPhone. If you're doing backups, you can pretty much restore your iPhone back to how it was when the last time you connected it. Well, I did that, and it wiped all of my videos. However, there were two videos that I actually uploaded to Facebook prior to this update or iPhone wipe, if you want to say. So those two videos I uploaded to Facebook and I downloaded them. So I will show you those here in a bit.
I need a drink, don't wanna think it can't change, so I don't wanna talk the pain. It's now more of a stain on my character that won't fade. I wait the days of the calendar end and start again. My state is the same, I don't pray, I stay up late and pretend I'm okay. And people like half know stop and they say that they're amazed and that I'm so strong. And I'm like, you don't really know.
But the convention, the Amazing Arizona Convention, was pretty nice. It was pretty nice. It wasn't... unfortunately, there wasn't, in my opinion, a whole lot of people. Now, yesterday when I went, Saturday, it was from 1 up until, I think, like maybe 7:30. And there was a crowd, right? There was a crowd, don't get me wrong, but not as much as I've seen before. I don't know why. So what I'm actually going to do, guys, I took some pictures. I am going to put some pictures up here in a bit. I think like maybe 4 or 5 pictures of costumes that I thought were really cool.
I want to feel normal again, there's no words. Death basically hurts. I sip until the harsh turns blurred. Looking at the future, but today's hard work.
But I also got a lot of things autographed, and I'll show you that in a bit. The next thing, guys, now I mentioned to you there were a few other topics. Talk to you about CGC. I got a comic book over there, I got it signed, and I actually talked to CGC regarding this signature series, whether or not if a case is opened or cracked, will they be able to regrade it? Does the signature get lost? I did a video about that, and I'll put the link down here. I did a video, and I've received a lot of controversy over that, and a lot of, I don't want to say hate mail, but there's a lot of controversy thinking that, hey, Rick, no, you should be able to do that still. Hey, I talked to somebody. No, you can't. Yes, I can. Well, I talked to CGC directly. It wasn't a third party. It was actual people from CGC that go to conventions throughout the whole year, multiple conventions. And she did pretty much confirm. I didn't want to get it on video because my phone was pretty much almost dead at that time. By the end of the night, I only had like maybe 5% left, and I didn't want it to die and then, I don't know, me get stabbed going to my car. I'm like, oh, my phone's dead, but at least I got a video, you know? So anyways, so I didn't really get to that, but I have some answers for you, a better kind of conclusion. I want to talk about CGC, so that's coming up. The last thing I'm going to be talking about is There is my favorite and one of Arizona's oldest local comic book stores here in Phoenix that's pretty much being forced to move. Now, the story behind this that I want to talk to you about, kind of give you a brief little scenario. They lost their lease, they couldn't renew, so they have 30 days to move. It's already been, I believe, about 10 days since they've actually mentioned this. They were on the local news, and what they are, they're pretty much asking for, it's called a Kickstarter. They're asking for donations to help out. They've already picked a place, they already know where they're moving, but unfortunately it's going to cost a lot of money in order to renovate this new building. So I am going to put a link in the bottom of this video so you can take a look. It's a Kickstarter page. They've done their own video, and also I did a little bit of my video kind of showcasing the store. Now, this is kind of hitting home because the comic book store is called All About Books and Comics, okay? And the reason why it's hitting really close to home, or more specifically my heart, is because I've been going there for a very, very long time. I remember the very first time I went there, I believe I was 11 or 12 years old. And it was during the time where the Death of Superman saga came out. Now, I know I talked about this in the past. A lot of you probably already seen the video, but if not, Death of Superman was pretty much my or at least, how can I say it? Let me start over. So, the Death of Superman was kind of my motivation into collecting comic books. Prior to that, when I was younger, I would say 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and so forth, my mom and my dad would buy me comic books when I was sick. Of course, I would be home, nothing really to do, being sick with the flu or cold, and I would be able to read comic books. So that kind of kept me entertained. And when I was young, I had a big stack of comic books. Now, at that time, I really wasn't a collector. I was more of a reader, so I didn't really keep them in good condition, nor did I actually hold on to them up until now. I don't remember what I've done with them. But anyways, the comic books that I would go to, or at least obtain, would either be from local supermarkets or the comic book store, which was All About Books and Comics. So since then, I was always going to them for comic books. I remember when I would say 12, 13, 14, maybe 15, I would ask my mom to drop me off there. And there would be a comic book store, and then 2 stores down would be a baseball card store. And then 2 blocks away would be Toys R Us. So she would drop me off there pretty much for a good majority of the day, for at least 3 or 4 hours. I would go from one store, look around, shop around, go into the baseball card store, look around, and then walk over to Toys R Us. So that would be pretty much my whole day, and I really loved it. I really enjoyed it, and that's my childhood memory. And more so, the comic book store. The baseball card store, unfortunately, they ended up closing down. Of course, baseball, a hobby, didn't really pick up. But the comic book store always stayed. Their one location, they ended up moving, which they're currently at now, which they lost the lease, and they're going to be moving again. So when I say it's really hit home, I really don't want them to, end up closing shop or being forced to, sell their inventory because they can't really, make dues. Because like I said, they only have 30 days. And unfortunately, because they can't renew their lease, one of their neighbors, apparently, the story goes, one of their neighbors actually offered to pay more. In other words, hey, we'll pay more for that comic book lease a month if you can let us have it. So I don't know the whole story. I don't know why they're like, why it's ended up like that. But regardless, they have to move. And I think they only have, like 28 days left or something like that. So anyways, in the Kickstarter, they're raising funds. I believe they're a third way there up to their goal. So again, guys, I don't really never ask for anything from you. But the only thing at this point, take a look. If you can donate anything, it's going to a good cause. It's going to a comic book store. It's one of, if I'm not mistaken, maybe the oldest comic book store here in Phoenix. Again, if you ever do come to Phoenix, I do recommend, and I've always recommended, to check them out. They're a really, really great couple that own it, Alan and Marcia. I've talked to them quite a bit. I've done videos for them, and they're really, really great guys. The staff there is really knowledgeable. It sucks, guys. It really bothers me. So take a look at it, guys. If you can, great. If you can't, don't worry about it. Speaking about that, I was there today. I did some video, which I'm going to show you here in a bit. I'm going to put a link also in the bottom here describing their website or having their website address. They do sell comic books locally, of course, and then a plus, you know, if you do live out of state, you can order comic books from them. Pretty much they have their own online store through their website, so it's really cool. And this is one thing that I picked up today, Star Wars #1. Now, I had a copy of this, I would say 3-4 months ago, but I ended up trading it for something else, and this one is actually a little bit better grade. If I would have to say maybe a 7, 7.5, the one I had before was like maybe a 5. This is a little better grade, really nice. As you can tell, it's in Mylar, of course. You know me, Mr. Mylar, I'm always putting my stuff in there. I'm probably going to end this video right now, but expect part 2, which I'm going to talk about the con, and I'm going to talk about CGC. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, hit me up, let me know. I really appreciate it, and thanks for watching, guys. I really do. Peace.